They have no need of your services.
Who are you to question the word of God's servants?
You think that when you die, you go to heaven. You come to us.
The First Amendment. The amendment enshrined in the United States Constitution that guarantees the American people freedom of speech, protest, and the press. Do you know why the First Amendment is the First Amendment? It was not first by accident. It was first because our founders knew it was the most important.
My boys, a day is ours.
After all, they had just fought the real Mad King who would repress all who opposed him.
Oh, America's not to be spoken of, is that it?
For your own peace of mind, sir, but it is not America.
Peace of mind? I have no peace of mind. I've had no peace of mind since we lost America.
240 years later, the Mayan apocalypse failed to end the world in 2012 AD. But the first sign of the true end of the world came in May 2015.
Just do it! Make your dreams come true!
Which led one man to do the unthinkable.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
From the onset, that one man was denounced as the reincarnation of another evil.
We will win, and we will win, and we will win. We're going to make America great again.
But he was not the first to be denounced as such.
When Hitler spoke, when this man stood before 50 and 100 and 200,000 people, he wooed a crowd like no man on earth had ever done. As I watched this parade of this emissary, this ambassador from hell himself called Barack Hussein Obama, got y'all in a trance.
Among other serious accusations.
That what Starbucks was doing is that they were taking specimens of male semen and they were putting it in the blends of their lattes. Now, this is the absolute truth.
He faced a formidable opponent.
Now, having said all this, why aren't I 50 points ahead, you might ask? Well, the choice for working families has never been clearer. I need your help to get Donald Trump's record out to everybody. Nobody should be fooled.
But against all odds, he overcame.
January 20th, 2017 will be remembered as the day the people became the rulers of this nation again.
Causing fear and hysteria.
That has to be a joke. I did not plan to stop it. I'm literally about to fucking kill myself, and I'm not kidding. You better fucking fix this shit right now. I literally am gonna die.
While some
I have no respect for women who vote for Trump, okay? I think so poorly of them, and the reason why is because, look, I don't think that you're a single issue voter. I just think you're dumb, okay? I think you're fucking dumb.
Others rage.
The nation and all of our freedoms hang by a thread, and the military apparatus of this country is about to be handed over to scum who are beholden to scum! Russian scum!
One shitty actor decided to protest.
You will not divide us. What? You will not divide us.
And protest.
He will not divide us.
He will not divide us.
Are you a racist? Are you?
No.
Okay, cool. He will not divide us. He will not divide us.
And fly a flag. But the tyrant still bombed Syria.
The U.S. has reportedly launched dozens of cruise missiles at a Syrian government target. That is according to U.S. networks, including CNN and NBC, citing Pentagon officials.
But enter the chosen one, a journalist for Vanity Fair and contributor to MSNBC.
Please, media, please be aware of what's going on. Please be aware of how Russian disinformation campaigns work.
Remembering the powers bestowed to the free press by the First Amendment, he was ready to take down this new tyrant who would usher in 21st century American fascism. He would lead the charge by espousing the same hack narrative as the rest of the media.
Well, I think it's even worse. I mean, you got to remember that this is a man who's been briefed by the intelligence agencies. He has been told that Russia is engaged in a large-scale cyber attack to affect the American election.
He was rebuffed by more witty and intelligent media observers from Russia today.
The Russian thing has gone off the charts. I am embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for the mainstream media. Kurt Eichenwald, I hope he keeps his Twitter page up. This is his wife. You caused a seizure. I have your information and have called the police to report the assault. You caused a seizure? The only time you can use that is with Hillary Clinton.
He dueled fiercely against the tyrant's lackeys.
Okay,
so
I think that you're humiliating yourself by your unwillingness to answer a simple question. So please answer it.
I am trying to answer the question.
Do you have evidence he was in a mental
unlike
hospital
on your world,
you?
reality is not always able to give you a yes or no answer. If you don't, look how much time we are wasting with me trying to say, let me answer your question, and you refusing to allow me to do it.
I think I'll go crazy.
So I will continue.
But he failed to see he was outclassed.
During the presidential election, I began to see the same behavior, the impulsiveness, the lack of sleep. I mean, that's the same thing
This is just stupid, Kurt. I'm sorry. Nobody's getting anything out of this. I'm asking you a plain question. You're not answering. You're filibustering. Let's move on to something else. Can you stop? This is not interesting.
No, Tucker,
let me ask.
I am not allowing you to make an accusation and then
I'm not making an accusation, Kurt. I'm
obscene.
asking you to substantiate a claim that you made.
If you want to have a dialogue, don't have guests.
And then, a prophecy foretelling his demise.
I think you may be coming undone, Kurt.
He retreated, but in order to get back at his foe, he claimed his foe's minions were sending him anti-Semitic propaganda. But in so doing, he made one fatal mistake. His computer opened a portal to a wretched place filled with depravity and degeneracy. A portal he opened himself. A blow was struck, so he tried to snuff the damage.
あなたに全てを託すわ。この父飛行で乳首を立たせた。
He now became a self-anointed expert on hentai tentacle pornography. Merely to dishearten his wife, an unbeliever in its existence. Worse, he exposed the filth to his own children. But then, a lie was uncovered. And so, it destroyed him. And the day was his enemies.
You remember Kurt Eichenwald. He's the Newsweek reporter who self-immolated on this show about 6 months ago. We'd invited him on to prove his claim that Donald Trump once spent time in a mental hospital, but Eichenwald never did prove it. Instead, he lost control of himself completely, shouting and gesticulating, making weird noises on the set. Yesterday, Eichenwald was back on Twitter yelling about his political views. As it happened, he was actually attacking the show. And to prove his point, whatever that was, he tweeted a picture of his home computer. Within minutes, sharp-eyed internet users noticed that he'd left a tab open in the picture, and it was a link to hardcore Japanese cartoon pornography. It exists, and it's every bit as creepy as it sounds. The internet erupted, but Eichenwald had a ready explanation for all this. Here's what he later tweeted. We're quoting. Believe it or not, my kids and I were trying to convince my wife that tentacle porn existed. I tried to find some to show her it was real, but I couldn't find any and ended up with this. My family reads my Twitter feed so they know this is true, end quote. Well, of course, just another afternoon of surfing the internet for hardcore porn with your kids. Makes sense.
Now forever remembered as a 55-year-old man who gets off to lollies doing stuff to each other we can't show you on YouTube. To further his suffering, the tyrant did the one thing that was morally justified.
That's it.
Thank you, Press.
Thank you very much. Mr. President.
Hail you.